This is Part 2 Episode 148. The dark golden long blade once again became a blur and the space around it began to shake. With a blur, it pierced towards Luo Feng again. Rumble. The totem pillar in mid-air left an image in mid-air and once again slowly rolled to right, before the extremely quick long blade and clashing again. Rumble. The dark golden long blade became a golden blur, and just like a fish in space, time and again pierced towards Luo Feng. The totem pillar, however, strangely enough, seemed slow, but managed to block the blade over and over again. Every clash didn't even make the totem pillar crumble. How can it be so quick? The silver-armored man frowned. My fourth level is different from that opponent in the Heavenly Bridge Level 4's Nan Shan Armament 4th level. Luo Feng revealed a smile, thinking within. Right. This was his trump card for the 5th level, 9-thread loop. Raindrop picture. After seeing through it completely and understanding the 9 blade forms, every blade form represented a wonder of the essence itself, able to make a weapon follow the optimum ripple thread movement to attack. However, as the space ripples were complex, with different and various kinds of ripples, it was like the undercurrent of the ocean. Luo Feng was still unable to use all of it. Only meeting a suitable undercurrent was he able to make his speed reach unbelievable speeds. And the 9 wonders that Luo Feng had comprehended were considered amongst the space laws the most superficial and basic 9. Hence in any space, there would be at least one of them, allowing Luo Feng to rely on these 9, making his totem pillar reach shocking speeds. Also, with these properties, Luo Feng using the 9-thread flow from the 10,000 thread, fusing into one, creating, from his point of view, a perfect way to control the 9-thread loop. With myself as the center, within a 500 m diameter area, this is my 9-thread loop's absolute control area. Luo Feng stood on the dark cloud shuttle and fiercely rushed towards the distant silver-armored man. Yes, absolute control. Rumble. The totem pillar immediately became 9 totem pillars, within that 500 m ball-like area, time and again blocking the golden long blade. Go and die. Luo Feng controlled the totem pillar on one end while swiftly heading towards the 2, closing their distance, dragging him into his own absolute area. As long as he entered within, he could easily use the totem pillar to kill his opponent. The silver-armored man's expression changed, immediately stepping on the dark cloud shuttle. 1,000 images appeared in mid-air, fleeing far away. I admit you are very strong, but to beat me, you must be dreaming. The silver-armored man communicated via genetic energy. The distant fleeing silver-armored man was raging, roaring at the not too distant totem pillar of Luo Feng's break. Immediately the extremely fast and unpredictable golden blade that was trying time and again to dodge the totem pillar didn't dodge anymore. It instead chose to destroy the totem pillar itself. Rumble. The golden blade became a beam of golden light and madly clashed against the totem pillar, smashing the surface violently. Immediately a large amount of the golden threads were broken from the surface. The little golden blades floated. This made the originally very confident Luo Feng change in his expression. Not good. The golden long blade didn't stop at all, once again clashing hard into the totem pillar, causing Luo Feng, who was controlling through spirit energy, to go pale. This second fierce attack had made his expression go ugly. This was troublesome. The Nan Shan Armament's 5th level, Space Slicer, its power was much stronger than what he expected. Originally, he thought he could rely on the 9-thread loop and drag his opponent into his 500 m absolute area. Once that happens, he could swiftly control the totem pillar to destroy his opponent. As long as the opponent was within his area, the totem pillar's speed exceeded that of the golden long blade. However, the Nan Shan Armament's 5th level Space Slicer, the long blade that was formed, had 2 properties. One was its speed and the second was its strength. Initially the silver-armored man wanted to use the long blade to dodge past the totem pillar and kill Luo Feng. Hence, in terms of control, he was focusing more on the speed. However, since Luo Feng unleashed the 9-thread loop and made the speed of his totem pillar within the 500 m area extremely fast, blocking the long blade easily time and again, his speed fell behind. The first property, speed, was ineffective. However, it still had its second. The 5th level. Why was it called Space Slicer? Luo Feng finally understood. Kai. Just like a beam of light shooting over, Luo Feng didn't dare not block it. If he hadn't, that long blade would have easily sliced right through his head. Rumble. That golden blade pierced straight into the totem pillar. Luo Feng felt his consciousness shake hard. The entire totem pillar's surface, which was struck, almost crumbled totally. Luo Feng could only madly use his spirit energy to reform it. What strong consciousness! I'll see how many times you can block. The silver-armored man roared. If his consciousness wasn't strong, with one clash the totem pillar would have crumbled. The golden horned beast was currently Domain Lord level 6, hence in truth Luo Feng's consciousness was the Domain Lord level 6 golden horned beasts. Naturally it was strong. Otherwise, he couldn't even receive 3 attacks. Not good. Just 3 fierce attacks have used up close to 30% of my spirit energy, and my mental spirit is fatigued. Luo Feng was pale, staring hard at the opponent before him. Rumble. 4th time. Rumble. 5th time. Luo Feng's lips were pale, staring hard at his opponent, reforming the totem pillar time and again as it almost fully crumbles. I don't believe you can keep blocking, even if your consciousness can withstand it. I don't believe your spirit energy won't wear out. The silver-armored man roared, go again. Rumble. 6th time. The totem pillar was once again knocked until 2/3 of it almost fully crumbled. Luo Feng's entire consciousness entered a state of half-blur, as he had used his full strength to control the pillar, requiring a large amount of spirit energy to maintain its form, and spirit energy is linked to one's consciousness. Every clash was a hit on his consciousness itself. Reform. Luo Feng grit his teeth, his spirit couldn't accept defeat, reforming the totem pillar yet again. Gather. Large amounts of spirit energy, almost like countless little hands, grabbed the scattered over 1,000 little golden blades, according to space and golden laws, once again mystically gathering and forming the totem pillar. Each of the blades formed together through the law-infused golden threads. Not right. While reforming the totem pillar, in a blurred state of mind, Luo Feng's mind recalled the 9 universe tablets raindrop picture. This picture had a total of 9 drops. According to theory, Luo Feng had long completely comprehended this picture, understanding its essence. However, at this time, it's this way, it's this way. Luo Feng's eyes gleam brighter and brighter. Totem pillar. Luo Feng's energy soared, quickly completing the reforming of the totem pillar. Go and die. Luo Feng pointed at the silver-armored man. The totem pillar began to roll. The surrounding space was almost like flatbread being rolled. Peng. The distant dark golden long blade once again pierced over. However, as it drew close, its speed seemed to strangely decrease. When it finally clashed, it had already lost a great deal of its original power. How can this be? The distant silver-armored man was filled with shock. Rumble. The almost undamaged totem pillar seemed slow in its roll, immediately flashing and appearing before his face. Pu Kai, almost like crushing an ant, immediately rolling over him, leaving nothing but minced meat. On the dark cloud shuttle in mid-air, the pale Luo Feng's eyes were filled with light, muttering, yes, before when I comprehended the raindrop picture's 9 drops, I however, didn't comprehend the entire picture. Luo Feng looked at the space before him, almost as though he was looking at 9 types of space ripples flowing together and separating, resonating with the 9-drop picture. It was pleasing. 5th level. Successful. It's no wonder that when I went to study the 9 universe tablet and saw the raindrop picture, I always felt it was perfect, but I didn't realize then. I finally get it now. Luo Feng became a beam of light and headed towards the 6th level of the bridge. However, he could feel the incredible rush of adrenaline within him. So, the 9 drops of the raindrop picture, through their interaction and relationship, they can perfectly form one true body. Luo Feng was incredibly happy. Floating Blood was a manual that dissected the 108 wonders. However, in truth, the 9 universe tablet was still something left behind by some absolute ancient being from before. That being, would he carve out a raindrop picture that was that simple? Just like an octopus's tentacles, affecting space. Luo Feng muttered. It was too wonderful. When he unleashed the totem pillar earlier, it originally had kept all of the blade domain within, as it rolled forward to smash the enemy. Hence the name Optimum Power. And with Luo Feng's comprehension of the raindrop picture, as not being solitary, but having interweaving relationships and interaction to form one perfect body, the totem pillar, seemed to extend 9 formless arms in the surrounding space, affecting the surrounding space itself. Hence, the opponent's dark golden long blade was pressured by the surrounding space so much that it slowed down, and the totem pillar brutally smashed the enemy. If one said that while comprehending the 9 wonders in the past, I was simply using the universe space ripples to make my attacks faster, then now, Luo Feng thought, with the 9 as one, I've reached a level through which I can actually affect the space itself. A fish swimming within the ocean. And Luo Feng was this fish, in the space which was the ocean, could affect the ocean itself to pressure the enemy. From flowing in space to affecting it, it was an impressive step. Of course, compared to those who could easily slice through space or warp it, or even other methods, which could completely morph the space coordinates etc., Luo Feng was still far from those. However, his comprehension now exceeded even some sector lords. Luo Feng attempted the 6th level, just for the sake of trying. The 5th itself was extremely difficult. Hence, he deduced that he was still far from the 6th level. However, attempting it would give him an estimate. The 6th level opponent still used the Nanshan armament's 5th level, Space Slicer. One slash brushed past Luo Feng's totem pillar, straight through Luo Feng's head. Luo Feng's attempt at the 6th level led to a failure. An extremely straightforward failure. According to the Floating Blood Manual, I have to completely comprehend the second picture to a passing level before I can pass the 6th level. I've already reached the peak of comprehension for the raindrop picture. As for the second drizzling picture, I've only just begun. To pass the 5th level is already my limit. Through his failure, Luo Feng understood. A solid foundation was extremely important. However, the level of comprehension itself was also very important. The second picture was much more profound than the first, its power was also much stronger. Heavenly Bridge, in the center of the bridge, over 300 geniuses were waiting for their turn to attempt it. Bolan, you can enter. Watchman Bevan stood in the distance and said. The white-clothed youth immediately rushed towards the bridge, informing everyone, just now, Luo Feng had passed the 5th level. Watchman Bevan shouted loudly. The originally bustling over 300 geniuses went silent, especially the members of the Heaven and Ground, Absolute Beginning and Primal Region. They were all filled with shock. 5th level. The white-clothed Bolan, who was rushing towards the bridge, stopped suddenly. 5th level. Bolan's eyes gleamed, then, I definitely have to pass this 6th level, definitely. Bolan accelerated and flew straight for the universe bridge. Luo Feng passed the 5th level. How is it so easy for him to pass it? According to the previous batches of genius competitions, even the most exceptional ones only passed the 4th level in the 30 years. The higher it goes, the harder it gets. Passing the 5th level is extremely difficult. How did he even pass it? He's even caught up to Bolan already. Bolan too is only on the 5th level. Mad, that Luo Feng is too mad. This group of geniuses, along with some that returned their consciousness to Primal Chaos City, were all stunned. I just passed the 4th level. Luo Feng, you passed the 5th already. Rong Jun gripped his earth-splitting blade while his eyes were raging. It's good that you know you are falling behind. As for this huge axe tablet's second form, I'll demonstrate it to you one more time. Beside him a silhouette said slowly, causing the space around to reverberate. Yes, teacher. Rong Jun said respectfully. Primal Chaos City, within Truyang's mansion. Truyang Emperor, Tongnan Emperor and Jade Emperor all sat about casually and chatted, very happy. Truyang revealed an expression of glee. Congrats. Jade smiled and looked at Truyang. Truyang, you've accepted an exceptional student. Ha ha, Truyang laughed loudly. What? Tongnan was suspicious suddenly. A while ago, Truyang's newest student just passed the Heavenly Bridge's 5th level. Jade smiled. Jade was the informant and collector of data for this batch of geniuses. Hence, she had naturally ordered Watchman Bevan early on to inform her whenever anyone from that batch passed a level. As for Tru Yang, he had done the same earlier. 5th level. Tong Nan put down the wine glass, smiling and clapping. Rare, truly rare indeed. The last batch of Virtual Universe 1000 Geniuses, most exceptional one, had only passed the 4th level in his 30 years. Jade smiled and nodded. Of the most recent 1000 batches of Virtual Universe Geniuses, including 1000 batches from before, 4168 passed the 3rd level in the first 30 years. 926 passed the 4th. 32 passed the 5th. No one has passed the 6th. The Virtual Universe Company organized a competition every 10,000 years. From every batch, those that passed the 3rd level could be counted with one hand. On average, only one passed the 4th. If the standard for that year was lower, no one would even pass the 4th. If it was higher, maybe 2 or 3 would pass the 4th. As for Luo Feng's batch, Bolin, Luo Feng and Rong Jun, the 3 of them had passed the 4th. On average, it takes about 30 competitions for one genius to pass the 5th. Jade smiled at Tru Yang. And these absolute geniuses don't necessarily choose the 9 universe tablet. This Luo Feng is truly a rare seedling for your 9 universe sect in 10 million years. Ha ha, Tru Yang laughed loudly. I will pass this information to the knight. Jade immediately informed him. She didn't go personally this time, because Nine-Blade and Guardian Candeli were discussing important matters. Primal Chaos Tablets, Guardian Candelis Mansion. The 2 absolute beings were chatting. Good news. Luo Feng passed the 5th level. Luo Feng. I thought that within your Virtual Universe Company's group of punks, the most exceptional was Bolin. His comprehension of the space laws is extremely high. Many sector lords can't even compare to him. In these 30 years, he has been spending his time studying the time laws. Who would have thought, this Luo Feng is just as exceptional. We just received the news, Bolin passed the 6th level. No surprise there. This Bolin is a rare genius in 10 million years. Over these past 10 million years, there hasn't been anyone from your Virtual Universe Company's new batches to pass the 6th level. It's time one appeared. The one that surprises me is Luo Feng. In terms of improvement speed, these 30 years, his improvement is even bigger than Bolin's. Candeli, you like Luo Feng? Right? Candeli, Luo Feng is not bad, but I still prefer Bolin. The Universe Tablet, reaching the 6th level is not easy. It could be said to be the hardest tablet of all. Nine-Blade, diversity cannot compare to specializing. Being too ambitious is not good. To simultaneously control both time and space, how difficult is that? Even you and I can't do that, much less that Bolin. However, this Luo Feng is more grounded. I just got the footage from Watchman Bevan. Wow. Luo Feng only used the Nan Shan Armament's 4th level to pass the 5th level. His foundation is very solid. I didn't care too much about him before, but I'm liking this punk more and more. Nanshan Armament 4th level. Let me see the footage. Solid, what a solid foundation. Candeli, you speak right, this Luo Feng will be a shocking existence in the future. Ha ha. Luo Feng couldn't hear the 2 absolute beings speaking. However, he received mail from Watchman Bevan. Bolin passed the 6th level. He actually passed the 6th level. On his balcony, Luo Feng felt a surge of emotions. What's there to be shocked about? Luo Feng, right now you can at most unleash a few hundred images when you move. During the genius competition before, Bolin could already produce over 1,000. Barbata's voice resounded in Luo Feng's mind. If Bolin had chose to focus only on space, he would have passed the 6th level much earlier. He however chose the Universe Tablet, because he was slowed down by the time laws, hence he only passed the 6th today. Right? Luo Feng nodded. Back during the genius competition, he could only unleash 9 images. Bolin, however, could easily produce over 1,000. The starting line for him was far behind Bolin's. At least now I've closed the distance between us. Luo Feng thought. The second day afternoon. Luo Feng came to the Primal Chaos City Leader's mansion, within that secret training room passage. Lord Kandeli. Luo Feng bowed respectfully at the three-eyed old man guardian. The three-eyed old man smiled and nodded. Wait a moment, the batch inside will be coming out soon. Yes. Luo Feng nodded, but felt curious within. He felt as though this guardian of the tablets was different. He seemed closer than before. After a while, the 6 studying within came out. Go on in. The three-eyed old man smiled. Work hard. After this study, it'll be quite a while before you return to Primal Chaos City. You should be studying the 2nd and 3rd picture of the 9 universe tablet now. The remaining 6, you have no need to study them now. Yes. Luo Feng nodded. Following which he rushed into the room and ordered Barbata, close all contact from the virtual universe, reject any requests, mail etc. I cannot be interrupted during these 7 days of study. Understood. For this sort of thing, I don't even need you to order me to do it. Entering the room, standing before that huge tablet shrouded in primal chaos energies, Luo Feng began his last study of the tablet before he had to leave. This video will end here.